Odukpani, Senator representing Cross River South. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished colleagues, stakeholders here gathered. On Wednesday the 27th, at the first part of this investigative hearing on Odukpani E2 Federal Highway, the Honorable Minister, who was not present but was excused as he was on a pre-scheduled assignment with Mr. President, was ably represented by several of his directors. In that meeting, we had Messrs. Sematech Nigeria Limited, but Messrs. CCECC Nigeria Limited and Messrs. Julius Berger Nigeria Limited were absent. At that hearing, we made a second request and a formal invitation to those who were absent. At the start of this hearing, we've just done a roll call, and while Messrs. Sematech Nigeria Limited is here and represented by their managing director, Messrs. CCECC is here and represented by the managing director. We do not have Messrs. Julius Berger Nigeria Limited. Now, my understanding is that Messrs. Julius Berger Nigeria Limited bidded, were selected, and awarded this job. Funds from taxpayers across this country was disbursed to them. Our understanding is they showed up on site for a brief period and have since abandoned site. It is our collective resolve as a committee that Honorable Minister Julius Berger should be produced to this committee in 24 hours by 2 p.m. tomorrow, Friday, the 6th of December, 2024, failure of which will lead to our invoking our constitutional powers and issuing a warrant of arrest on Messrs. Julius Berger Nigeria Limited Managing Director. Thank you very much.
Julius Berger to appear before this distinguished committee should be given a bench warrant of arrest so that they will next time take issues of the chambers very seriously. Thank you.
Once again, MD, I think just to refresh your memory, the question I asked was, over the 2 years that you have been on this road, how many kilometers have you achieved? And also, what is the total amount of payments that has been made to your company by the federal government of Nigeria?
Around 5 kilometers have been completed and about 12 billion payments have been made.
12 billion. Forward.
The project of CCCC was awarded on 2nd of March 2020. And the percentage completion to date is 12.21%. And time elapsed is 108%. I said we were questioned why we have to redesign the route. It is our responsibility to redesign the road, because when I redesign the road or construct the road, I put my signature on it and I take responsibility for it. And so there is no legislation on the method I have adopted to execute the job. I have to execute the job to the best of my knowledge. Because if the road fails, then we put it to me that I'm a failure of Nigerian Center of Engineers. So I have to put my best. And why we redesign the route on concrete pavement is because of the nature of the subgrade. It's a swampy area that has a lot of fill. And so flexible pavement is not working there. But because of the urgency of the project, because of the cry of the people, because of the suffering of the people, we've said, okay, let us modify the flexible pavement on the existing carriageway. And so we modified it and then put more stronger surface and then increase the thickness of the asphalt pavement so that we can finish the existing pavement as quickly as possible. But the new carriageway, if we have money, will be done on rigid pavement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues. Honorable Minister, Your Excellency, distinguished Senator David Umahi, let me commend you for the 5 minutes presentation you just made. You have done a great job in acquitting yourself and your responsibilities on this Odukpani Road. my takeaway from your submission, almost as a resolution from the ministry, which is in agreement with the Senate or will be discussed shortly, is that you'll be changing your staff at the relevant sections from the controller and the engineers and redeploying new staff with a mandate within 72 hours to get this job off the road. You are terminating Julius Berger and re-awarding those sections as Julius Berger has failed to execute this contract. There's also a focus now on the single carriageway as opposed to going a dual carriageway. So the issues of compensation should no longer be a mitigating factor. If you focus on the existing road, which there is already right of way in existence, they can move at faster speed and then come back to do the dual carriageway. That will seriously resolve the challenges that are faced by my people, my constituents, and I guess generally all Nigerians. The fourth issue is that you will come up with a template and an agreement that will be signed by CCECC on their commitment and rededication to this project with timelines and payment milestones between CCECC, Sematech, the Federal Ministry of Works, the Nigerian Senate, and of course the stakeholders, which are Cross River State and Akwa Ibom State governments. Honorable Minister, you have done very well. If you achieve this, I believe that we will be seeing the way out of this tunnel after several years of challenges. Thank you very much. I wish you Godspeed, and you have all our resolve that whatever appropriatory needs, funding needs that are required for this project to be executed, whether it's from the NNPC, the FIRS, or within our control, we are ready to support you. Thank you very much, sir.